Hi, welcome to Uncomfy Cherry, or welcome back. My name is Tinty. I hope you have a fabulous day today. Today I feel like talking about how much I spent since I started my new art business, or really how much I spent to start my new art business. Because I feel like there should be more information about this out there, and obviously it's different for everyone because everyone's business is a little bit different. I mainly create polymer clay creatures, the small ones, and sell stationery like stickers, sticker sheets, prints, bookmarks and stuff like that. So let's get right into it. Okay, if I look a lot into this direction today, it's because my computer is standing there. I have my Notion board open and my finance sheet up there. So if I look a lot in this direction, this is the reason, because I want to give you as much detail as I can. So basically, I went from having nothing of all of those things besides a few little pieces to having a printer, a Cricut, all the polymer clay, like basically everything, paper, sticker sheets. I really started kind of from scratch. And I also got myself a new table because I didn't have an actual office basically. So I always worked from my living room, but I feel like I need an office to be able to create and make what I want to make. So with that said, obviously my expenses are a little bit higher because I also got a table, but I'm trying to go into detail as much as I can with all the expenses I had. Let's start with the equipment. Okay, so for equipment, I obviously had my printer, my Cricut to make my sticker sheets and prints, and I also had equipment for the creation of my polymer clay creatures, which is, for example, like a pasta machine and stuff like that. So with all of that included, I spent about 920 euros. I'm not quite sure how much that is in dollars, but probably about the same, maybe like 20 to 30 bucks more. But that's basically how much I spend on equipment, including my table. So if you count the table off of the equipment, I feel like I need to count it in, but if you count it off, it's 150 euros less. It's not that much. I feel like that's quite okay, but that's basically how much I spent on the big hardware stuff. And that definitely takes up a big bulk of the spending I did. But because it all is a little bit of trial and error, a lot of money also went into the material. So next we're gonna talk about material. So basically in material, everything is included. The polymer clay, the paper, the sticker sheets, basically everything I print on, or like the polymer clay, I need the clay and stuff like that. The keychains, the carabiner for the keychains, the small little hooks for the extra charms and stuff like that. It's all those little bits and pieces which come with it. In material, I also count my acetone, my alcohol, like all the things I basically need to make things happen. And counting that all in, we're at about 500 to 700. We are a little bit higher than I would hope for, but I bought a few different papers to trial and error which thickness and which texture I like the best for the prints and stuff like that. I also am very special when it comes to paper, so I think you gotta count that in. I think realistically though, if you just buy one sort of paper and one sort of sticker sheets and one lamination, you are at about 300 to 350. I am definitely a little bit higher with the polymer clay, which is not super expensive, but obviously if you have a few colors, it's gonna come to a bigger number. And I went with a big block of white and a big block of burgundy, just so I have those colors stocked for a longer time. But if you are just going with the smaller things, obviously it's gonna be a little bit cheaper as well. But overall, this is how much I spent for the material. I do have a few extras, I call them. They are technically not really equipment, they're technically not really material. I mean, it's kind of equipment, but it's just extras you don't necessarily need, but it's nice to have. So I'm calling them extras. And in the extras there is, for example, things I bought to polymer clay which is not technically necessary, like little platforms to put them on, which I can also take to take pictures. This little thing up there, which is a jewelry holder, which you technically don't need, but I still bought it because I felt like it's gonna be nice to have. Then my trays to put them in the oven. You obviously can use a tray you already have. I just felt like I want a clean and new one. Like all those little bits and pieces you accumulate, which you don't necessarily need. It's nice to have. It makes everything a little bit easier, and yeah, that's why I got them. And yeah, all of those together come to about 200 to 250 euros, which again is a cost you don't necessarily have to take, but I felt it was necessary for me. So yeah, there's that. And I think that is technically, sorry, there was just a leaf coming down. And I think that is technically everything which I bought to start my small art business. In total, we are slightly under 2,000 euros, which I feel like to start an art business is quite okay. I'm still missing a few things like packaging, which will probably come to around 200 euros as well, but mainly because I will order them a little bit more in bulk, so it's cheaper overall. Like per piece, it's gonna be cheaper if you buy a little bit more. But yeah, overall I would say if you don't make those extra expenses, which I did, you can start an art business like this from home for about 1,000 to 1,500 euros, which would be 1,200 to 1,800 dollars or something like that. But yeah, that's basically how much I spent. And I think there will be still a little bits and pieces which I feel like I want to spend on, but technically that is all you really have to buy to start this art business. I hope this video helped some one of you. Leave me a comment down below if you recently started an art business or if you want to start an art business, and if you know how much you spent or like approximately want to spend to start it. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, with that said, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye! I think that's it.